How's it going, reactors? I have seen Mission Impossible 7, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now, you clicked on this video for my thoughts. So, without further ado, it's time to reel in this review.
None of our lives can matter more than this mission.
I don't accept that.
The 7th film in this franchise, a long-running franchise in which the films get better and better as they go, and it's the same with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. But for me, personally, here, I like it, I just don't love it. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 deals with Ethan Hunt and his IMF team embarking on their most dangerous mission yet, to track down a terrifying new weapon that threatens all of humanity before it falls into the wrong hands. With control of the future and the fate of the world at stake, and dark forces from Ethan's past closing in, a deadly race around the globe begins. Confronted by a mysterious, all-powerful enemy, Ethan is forced to consider that nothing can matter more than his mission, not even the lives of those he cares most about. And that's the plot for this film. As you guys know, this is a part 1, meaning part 2 is coming out later down the road, which will be, I'm sure, in 2024. But where this film ends, I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to part 2. I cannot wait to see how this story wraps up. But where this movie ends, I'm totally okay with it. This isn't something with Fast X where it just abruptly ends and you gotta come back to reel in Fast X Part 2. It's nothing like that. I am totally okay with this ending, and I cannot wait for Part 2. But focusing on the story at hand, this is a bigger story. The cast is great. Tom Cruise is amazing doing his own stunts. I don't know how this man does it at his age, but he's doing it. He's reeling it in, and he puts on a show. The things that he does in this film are great. I don't think it's as great as what he does in Fallout. That's the thing. I rewatched all these films leading up to Dead Reckoning, and the day of my screening for this film, I happened to watch Fallout that morning. So in this review, I'm going to be comparing my experience with Dead Reckoning with Fallout, because Fallout is an amazing film. I left that theater after seeing Fallout wanting more, needing more, wanting to watch it again. Whereas with Dead Reckoning, I'm okay with my experience. I enjoyed it. It's a check mark off my list. I had a fun time with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, but I'm not rushing to go see it again. With Dead Reckoning, like I said, Tom Cruise is great. This cast is great. Benji, Simon Pegg, Luther, Ving Rhames, he's great too. I love that duo together, the tech guys. They are working together in this film, and I love that, and I feel like that's been missing in these Mission Impossible films, is those two working together, being this tech duo, and you get that here. Although in this film, they decide to split up not only those two, but the group entirely, and that does not sit well with me. It happens towards the end of this film. You know, things happen, so, you know, everyone splits up. But there you have that. That didn't sit well with me, but when the group is all together in this film, it's amazing. Rebecca Ferguson as Ilsa, I enjoy her in this movie, but I feel like she takes a back role. She is a supporting character in this film compared to Fallout and the film before that, Rogue Nation. I wanted more with her. Haley Atwell as Grace, good in this film. I love Haley Atwell, and her chemistry with Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt is perfect. They have a scene together where they are handcuffed to a car and drifting and driving around Rome. I think it's funny how we get a car chase in Rome, and earlier in the summer we got Fast X with another car chase in Rome. But you know, with Mission Impossible, the thing that really draws us in is that it's not only the action scenes, but how realistic, how real it is. But with Fast X, they throw in some visual effects, some CGI and stuff like that within their car chase sequences, especially in that Rome sequence. But here in Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, that Rome sequence car chase is amazing. Speaking on more action scenes, the train fight, amazing. crazy how they filmed that. Also, Tom Cruise jumping from the cliff, as you guys see time and time again in the trailers. Incredible stunts all throughout from beginning to end. That is the one thing that these Mission Impossible films will always nail, is the stunts and the action scenes and how good they are. That is something that nobody can complain when it comes to the action sequences with Mission Impossible films. Palm, who plays Paris, a villain in this film, real silent, doesn't talk, but she gets to it, and her action scenes are great. I love Palm. I would have wanted more from her and her character, maybe some more lines, but other than that, Palm is great. And then we have Esai Morales, who plays Gabriel, a human threat to Ethan Hunt and his IMF team. A very interesting character. I'm not completely sold on Gabriel being this big villain, because Gabriel gets overshadowed by the main threat, and that main threat is AI. And the artificial intelligence in this movie is really sleek and extremely smart in how it plays with the minds of Ethan Hunt and his team. But not speaking so much on the artificial intelligence, gotta save that for the movie, as you guys are expecting. But I enjoy how they intertwine the story around artificial intelligence, even though at some points I'm not okay with it, but at some points it provides really, really intense, cool scenes that we get in this film. But Esai Morales is very interesting, and I wanted more from his character Gabriel, but hey, this is part 1, and we are planning to get a part 2. But I'm very familiar with Esai Morales' work with the early season of Ozark plus Titans, as he played Deathstroke. So I'm not surprised that I am enjoying him for what he does, even though I wanted more from his character Gabriel. But Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 gives you everything that you want out of a summer blockbuster. This is a top tier action film, ranking side by side on my list with John Wick. It's not my favorite film of this summer, but it's a really, really good film. The music, the score is great in here. The action, the acting, the chemistry among the cast, everything hits on all cylinders, just like it does with Mission Impossible Fallout. It's just that Mission Impossible Fallout is so high on my list, and it's way up there. I went into this film comparing my experience, and I'm not let down by it. I just feel like I was expecting more. I was expecting that same feeling as I walked out of Mission Impossible Fallout. As Tom Cruise said with these films, he will stop once he feels like he can't top the previous films that he has done. And yeah, this film goes big. It goes big and it nails it. Like I said, it nails it. It's just, for me, I feel like this movie is a setback just a little bit when being compared to Fallout. And I hate that I'm comparing it to Fallout, but I mean, come on, man. Mission Impossible Fallout is one of the best action films of our time. It's up there. It's up there. It's not the number one, but it's one of the best. So yeah, I'm going to compare it to Mission Impossible Fallout. But I love this franchise. I like this film, and I cannot wait to see it again. Maybe my opinions might change on that, but I will wait. And by waiting, I will wait for however long that I feel like waiting to rewatch this film. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I can't wait to reel in Part 2, so I'm excited for that. The trailers reeled me in for this one, and I went into this film, and I enjoyed it. It's not a bad film. I just don't see it as amazing, great, all-timer as I see with Mission Impossible Fallout. But I enjoyed it. I reeled it in, and I had fun. Also, the comedy is, I think this is one of the funniest Mission Impossible movies that we've ever gotten. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 gets a 4 out of 5 stars from me. Go reel it in. Before I end this review, I might as well give you guys a ranking of the Mission Impossible films, starting from the bottom, working our way to the top. At the bottom of this list is Mission Impossible 2. It's not everyone's favorite, but by the end of this film, I started to like it, and that was that final act. So Mission Impossible 2 is in last place. And then we have Mission Impossible 1, a good entry, a good start to this franchise. Tom Cruise kills it. And then we have Mission Impossible 3. My favorite villain of this franchise, Philip Seymour Hoffman. May he rest in peace. Such a great villain. This is where I think the franchise took off, where the films get better and better as they go, and the stunts get crazier and crazier with Tom Cruise. So Mission Impossible 3 sits in that 5th place spot. Taking that 4th place spot is Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Like I said, the stunts get crazier and crazier as these films go on, and it's the same right here. I mean, insane stunts. I really enjoy this film. The villain isn't that great, but other than that, just the story, the overall team, I like it. Cracking that number 3 spot is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Taking that number 2 spot is Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, a really, really good film that I truly enjoyed. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. And taking that number 1 spot, as you guys know, and as a lot of you probably, I'm pretty sure, have ranked at number 1, is Mission Impossible Fallout. Phenomenal film, a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10. I enjoyed it. And that concludes my ranking of the Mission Impossible franchise. What's your guys' ranking? Sound off in the comments down below. I want to know. Plenty more reviews are on the way. Plenty more reactions are on the way too as well. So you might as well like this video. Hit that subscribe button. Click that notification bell so that you guys are ready to reel it on in with me here at Reel It In Reactions. I'm Reel It In Miles. I'll catch you guys in the next review or reaction video. Peace.